What's crack-a-lackin', monkeys? My fellow click monkeys, how we doing? Hope you are well. I am sitting here. It is now 4:46 Eastern Time. I'm up 100-ish, 160-ish, 150-ish, whatever. Another boring break-even day where I did not take a lot of risk. In fact, I was down $200 with 500 shares on a $3 or $4 or $5 stock, something like that. That was annoying. This stupid Mogo I kept getting roasted on. Yeah, that was $1 a share move, it looks like. And no, not quite, 75 cents. But couple things. Pre-market was kind of nice. It was kind of pretty good, and there was opportunities that I was able to take advantage of with one share, 100 shares, and it was kind of interesting. So I don't know. I think I might trade a little bit sooner. Maybe that first half hour before the open. What else? What else do we have going on today? You want to see some tape? Let's look at some tape. Uh-oh. Okay. $5.56. Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, actually, it was pretty boring after the open. Stuff was popping AM. This is crazy. Mogo's rocking. Wint goes WINT. I blow that one. Blow that one nicely. LAXT had a great halt open here. Really low volume. And it was, a good little dip and rip, as they say. I only had 500 shares on it, but it was very readable. Look at it here, level 2. Boom, in there, just under 75. And I'm selling up into the 90s, which was very nice. Could have sold a little bit higher. That's okay. Waited for 2 maybe. Notable, this had only 1 million shares of volume really when it halted. So and there was like that big window up there above. I could have held on a little bit longer, or at least cut it in half and held. First move tending to be the most beneficial. What else? What else? Let's go to 11 o'clock. I don't know. Halts. This was annoying. Look at this. It just fails. Fails out of the halt. Second halt higher. That's not cool. But that's what these have been doing. It already completed its mission. It went through the window here. You see this red line and this red line. It's a window on the daily chart, and this kind of made its way through. What does this look like? A little test candle, and then it starts making its move. Yeah, I fumble a couple things later on in the day, I think, on that. But I'm back too soon after the explosion of the uptick. So it's 11. Let's jump to the next video. 11. 21. No, we can delete that one. delete. 729. What's this? I would say, let's say there's nothing that I really like. Yeah, I just keep waiting on SONN, not wanting to trade that. I forgot why I didn't like it. I think because it had so many rejections and buy-ups and rejections and buy-ups. Like you're just spinning all over the place. I'm like, okay, what do I do here? All right. I can keep that, maybe review. I may review that later on my own, but I guess this is the majority. All right, so this SONN is pushing up. It's pushing higher. It's running into the 200-day right there. I'm up $50 on it, and then it just makes this just massive run. And I'm sitting here watching it. And then I finally take a trade on the downswing, which was my bad. I mean, it's something that, you take a pullback and it just keeps pulling. And you don't want to get in here because you're like, well, maybe. You're like hesitating. The risk here is that it just flips and reverses, which is a risk, It's not. Yeah, see, back down to 25. How's this going to close? I wasn't in at the lows. See, here I like that because it's trying to load, trying to sell right there, and it's not going anywhere. Should have been looking at that. That would have been a very good thing to look at. Okay. Cool. And then realistically, you could probably hang in here in that sort of situation and get out break even if it does, even if it flashes against you. I feel like you can get out break even from 10 cents higher. I feel like it. Could be wrong, but that feels safe if you were in from that hesitation part. And then now it's pushing up against that 50-cent level. And where would you get in here? This is like, I was watching it. I was like, yeah. And then I backed off. I was like, I don't want to take it at the highs and get flushed. Oh, this is just dumb. So it ends up pushing all the way. And like at this point, it's really pushing. And I take this trade here and I lose. I take two trades actually. I lose $100 between the two of them, which with 1,500 shares is a couple cents really. So I'm watching it. Does a full reversal. Probably should have waited for that candle to close, honestly. But I'm thinking, I'm waiting for the surprise, waiting for the retest to 50. I'm playing. See, that's the thing. If you play candlesticks, I feel like you're usually okay. It's usually when I'm playing the psychological levels that it's just not useful. It's not as useful. It's not as reliable. But if you play the candlesticks, like if I were playing the candlesticks here, I'm like, that's just totally reversed. Like this is gonna like downtrend for a second. Like look at that uptrend it already had. This thing can move. And I'm just like sitting here annoyed, and I'm like, I know it's bad, and I'm like, all right, well, I don't really care. I'm just gonna sit back and watch this. Get back my day on that. At the time, I was up like 120, and then I gave back 120. It was like, fuck. I was up $60 on it, now I'm down $60. Okay. Well, that was annoying, and then it finally does the tap of the 50 cent, but not in a. It wasn't on my schedule, right? It wasn't on my time frame. And in fact, if you're playing the candles, maybe you even get like the flush lower candle here. Yeah. Yeah. Flush is lower, 32. Maybe you grab 33, 32, 30, 33, 30. Like this could go. This could go. But oh, it's tapping 36. There's some support here. It's not doing exactly what the shorts thought it would do there. And then maybe you can hold on until it closes. Maybe. Maybe. That would be a hard hold. Granted, seeing what just happened there. Does it come back and retest before going higher? Yeah, it kind of does. There's a big order there. That, in fact, the problem is the big order actually worries me slightly more than it just going back down to test 33. The fact that there's a big order on the tape or on the like a big open order on the level 2 makes me think it's a trap. Makes me think it's a thing. But now it's closed. The candle's closed. It's now pushing up above it almost instantly. And look at that. Pretty amazing. Sticking in, sticking in, sticking in. It's kind of like bouncing on the 200 day a little bit. Sticking in, or 200 SMA. Yeah, and then there's about 50 right there. That would have been a beautiful trade. Absolutely beautiful. I was just in the wrong spot here. I was playing the psychological levels, looking for that uptrend here to continue. Instead, I definitely should have recognized that it broke, and then I needed to wait for another setup to start open trading again. A little flush down here is probably a good trade. Let's see what happens. If I take anything. No. It's kind of doing a creep, so I'm not really into it. But it looks like it worked a little bit. Yeah, there you go. A couple cents. Not beautiful, but like, it's high. Oh yeah, it actually goes nicely. Look at that. Well, after a little struggle. Okay. 11:38. There's LIXT. Oh boy, this one was fucking annoying. I think. Yeah, this is one of those where I did okay on it, and then I gave some back as it popped higher. I don't want to look at this. I don't like it. I kind of know generally what I did poorly. I don't like that I missed the initial run. I don't like that I missed the dip. I don't like. Yeah, like look at this dip. This dip looks lit. Look at that dip. So it's up and then it's down. Zoom in a little. Oh wait, no, I was in there. Got slippage, of course. Oh, filled high, and then it's kind of doing this thing here where it's hesitating, and I'm going to fill break even, and then it's going to go after the candle close, which, that's on me, I guess. Yeah, why did I do that? Protecting the profits. But not really. Like, I was kind of scared. And it ends up going. Yeah. 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 Yeah, the real entry, I guess, would have been after that close there. After the candle close. Yeah. Because it closes right about here. holding 95, so I should be buying there, not selling. And then if it starts pushing 94, then I can sell. But like, that was a good spot. Okay, interesting. Interesting. What else? 38. Oh, this thing. Oh, I remember you. I remember you really well-ish. I was irritated here because I was watching it and I missed it. Oh no, it jumps in. What happened? What happened? If you look here, there's the, I don't know, 20 EMA on the 5-minute that I have marked out there. That's about it, though. I don't really like lines on the charts. Took a small, no, actually, that was a break-even trade. That wasn't even a win. Oh. Interesting. Interesting action. Yeah, my emotions were a little on edge at this point, and I didn't want to give back any of the profit here because I was already flat. So there's another reason why I just got compressed. I hate that feeling when I'm just getting compressed emotionally and I'm like scared to act. Not super helpful. What the heck happened here on Son? I did not see that. Yeah, so while I was watching this, Son does this. What an annoying little effer. Oh no, I was watching it. I was watching it. It's trying to sell. It's not selling. If I were short, I might be a little worried here. A little bit. Not too worried, a little bit. Where would I get worried at? There. I'd be worried right here. I'd be stopping out right there at the latest if I were short. And then I'd be like, do I get in at 75 again? I don't know. Nice candle. All right. Also, the LIXT goes there. I don't know what else. 1224. LIXT. Oh yeah, and then this fail. There are a couple other things, but this is probably gonna be the last thing I'm gonna go over. Just creeps lower, creeps lower, creeps through this trend line. Huge sell order goes through. Somebody gets slippage, and then a candle is formed. Huh. MLGO, this one was basically useless, but I made 170 on it, just playing a little bit of the range, okay. And then that's it. That's the day. That's how a day is. Nice. Trying to play it safe, mediocre type day. And day trading is risky, so don't do this at home. This is not investment advice. I am not your trading guru. I'm gonna go. Have a good day. This is entertainment purposes only. Goodbye. Godspeed.